Alright, this is going to be a quick video on my Ruger LCP with the Crimson Trace. Not going to be an exhaustive review or anything like that. It's just going to be on some issues and even, I guess, helpful tips that other videos don't touch upon. The first is the Crimson Trace. A lot of people buy the LCP with the Crimson Trace, as I did. My suggestion is don't spend the money on the Crimson Trace. The reason being, this gun, yes, it is accurate. It really is. If you take your time, one shot at a time, you can hit a target 25 yards away. Yeah, no problem. However, follow-up shots with this gun are almost impossible to place on target at a distance. Because of that, it basically defeats the whole purpose of a laser, which is for quick target acquisition at a distance. Some people will argue, no, lasers work at close distances as well, but at really close distances where this gun I think is effective, you can easily just point and shoot, or use the available sights. For me, effective distance for this gun is less than 7 yards. The reason I say that is, again, follow-up shots. This gun kicks like a mule, and it hurts. That's another thing which I should talk about before I forget. If you're planning on buying this for a girlfriend or wife, have them shoot it first. I know, for example, my girlfriend hates this gun. Took her to the range. She's fine with guns, but when she shot this gun, she was done. She did not want to shoot anymore. She even went as far as to tell me that she wouldn't carry this gun. If even, may sound stupid, but even if her life depended on it, she wouldn't carry it because she'd be so scared to shoot it. So that's something to think about before you buy this for a significant other. Have them shoot it first, make sure they're comfortable shooting it and would be okay shooting it. One of the main reasons it hurts so much to shoot, and it's made worse by the Crimson Trace, which I'll talk about now, is the trigger pull. The trigger pull on this gun is long. Everybody says that, but I mean, it is extremely long. Just watch how long this is. It has to go all the way to the back. See? Touching the back all the way to the frame. A lot of times I've handed this gun to people and they go up to here and say, oh, it's not shooting. It's not shooting. That's because when you're holding it, once you go here, anywhere after this, that's it. You feel like the gun should have shot. And you have to go all the way back here, which is kind of bad because you start here with, the pad of your fingertip on the trigger, but then when you're here, you kind of have to move your finger in order to close that small gap, which obviously they always tell you don't shoot with your knuckle. Yeah, you can shoot like this, but then if you look at the trigger finger, it's awkward, basically. And that's fine. I mean, it's a pocket gun. This is the only safety it has, so it's good that it has a long trigger pull. The only reason I point it out is because with my finger, at least, the bottom edge of my finger touches the trigger guard at the bottom. This causes a lot of pain down here. Obviously, this is not a range gun. It's for self-defense only, so it doesn't matter if your finger gets hurt. When you're going to use it, it's to save your life. But just something I thought I'd point out. And the whole hurting the bottom edge of your finger here is made worse by the fact that the Crimson Trace, I don't know if you can see here, you see these edges? This is from the Crimson Trace halves joining over the trigger guard. When you pull the trigger, your finger rubs on these small edges down here, and it makes it hurt a lot more. So that's another issue I have with the Crimson Trace. It's a great laser, it's bright, you can adjust it, I mean, it's fantastic. But if I had to go back, would I buy it again? No. This pistol is definitely just for really close quarter combat, and in that instance you really don't need a laser. You might get it if you think it's something that might deter a criminal or someone trying to do you harm without you having to fire a shot. In that case, yeah, I guess that's a valid point. But again, I myself wouldn't buy this again. Not because it's a bad laser, it's a great laser, and the whole system together is a great system. But for me, I just don't see the point. Also, something else I want to talk about, let me go get something, is a takedown of this gun, which nobody really shows. This pin, you can pull it out a little bit with your fingernail, but then past a certain point, it's just on there real hard. And if you keep trying to pull it out with your fingernail, you're going to rip your fingernail off. So one small technique that I've figured out, not needing tools, is using the casing of a bullet. Use a rim. You just stick it in between there. It fits in between there perfectly. Pull back on the slide a little bit. Well, let me right the slide so it's not as hard. Alright, pull it out with your fingernail. Put the case rim there. Pull back a little bit. Just pop it off. That's it. Slides off. I found this very useful because that way you don't have to go and get any tools or anything. And it's brass, you know, so even if it does, you know, leave anything on the slide, you can rub it off. It comes off. But yeah, overall it's a great gun. It just kicks like a beast, so I would only recommend it if you need something this thin. You can't carry anything else at all. But I would not feel confident using this at 7 yards or past 7 yards, just because my follow-up shots would probably not land on my target, and that's dangerous in a real-world scenario. You could hit innocent bystanders or something. So yeah, I have a couple holsters for it. I have the DeSantis pocket holster, which I think everybody always gets with this gun. It's a great holster. I don't use it anymore, the reason being that I need my pockets. But other than that, it's a fantastic holster. Then I have this one, which is a Turtle Creek holster, which I've already made a review on one of my other videos, so you can check that out. But this is a fantastic holster, and this is where the LCP lives most of its life. So yeah, that's that.